idea if this is gonna work. I just gotta stay real still. Talking about Mission Impossible 6 in my car, the only place where I'm alone and can record a video. So this is what we're doing in the middle of a of a goddamn tornado warning. Because you know what? If Tom Cruise does his own stunts, so will I. Mission Impossible 6, or Mission Impossible Fallout, as the kids call it, is directed by Christopher McQuarrie. And it's the second time, or I guess the first time, it's the first time a director has been brought on a second time. He's the first director to direct a second Mission Impossible movie. This makes no sense. I'm just gonna move on. It's directed by Christopher McQuarrie, so is the fifth one. There you go. And it stars Tom Cruise, who's just doing his absolute most. What else is new? Hold on. Let me wait till I get to the highway. Oh good, a red light. Alright, hey. Back. So, the costume designer for this movie is Jeffrey Kurland. You might have heard of his little other passion projects. They include Inception, Dunkirk, Ocean's 11, Nim's Island. So if you've seen any of those movies that I just mentioned, you know that Jeffrey Kurland has a very distinct style when it comes to dressing his characters. It's all very grounded in the world that he creates. Like, you don't watch these movies and then you think, oh, what Leo DiCaprio was wearing was real good. Like, you just don't remember them. I say that in the best way possible. It's simple and it connects it to whatever universe that the movie's in. So I'm gonna start off talking about, the main man of action, our international hero, man of mystery, Simon Pegg. He's the hero when it comes to fashion, because his character is the only one who gets any fun costumes to work with. So in the fifth movie, Simon Pegg, or Benji, I guess I should call them by their character names. So Benji, in the fifth movie, wore the best costumes. I mean, he had a raccoon shirt with a bright red jacket that I believe was glow in the dark. And then in this movie, the biggest range he gets in his wardrobe, the most fun he can have, he gets suspenders and a bow tie. I'm like, that's not bad. It's just I wish Jeffrey, I keep calling him Jeffrey, like we're on a first name basis. Jeffrey Kurland could have done more, I think, to make Benji more distinct. I mean, Benji plays the role of comic relief man, and they always get the most outlandish costumes because it matches their personality the most. My point is, the comic relief character always gets the best wardrobe, in my opinion, the most fun. So Benji and Luther are kind of lumped in the same category when it comes to wardrobe because they're both the comic relief types of characters. And I'll delve more into that later when I get into spoilers. So, but they're the only ones who are allowed like a little bit of color in their wardrobe. But now we're going to talk about the best dressed character in this movie, I think. The person who just had the most fun with their costumes. The White Widow. She wears nothing but white throughout the whole movie. It's just white on white on white. It's fantastic. It's very on the nose when you're first introduced to her character because she's wearing just this white top and then a long flowing white skirt. And then when you get closer up to her character, you see that she's wearing this gigantic white spider brooch right on her shoulder. It's like, okay, Jeffrey, we get it. She's the White Widow. I love that. So every time she shows up, she's just wearing some variation of white on white. She's wearing like a white trench coat or a white shawl. Her second appearance, she's wearing, I mean, even when it's in her house, and she just changes from like one white dress to another, just for no reason, really. She wears like this beaded outer garment, and it looks like a spider web, like all the beads on the sleeves, and that was a really nice touch. I like that. I'm not sure if it was coincidental or not, but was cool. So she was the best. Everyone else in this movie basically wears the same exact thing. Like Henry Cavill and Tom Cruise's wardrobe could have been switched and nobody would have noticed. It's just interchangeable. And to get into why, I'm gonna get into spoilers. So just like, I don't know, if you haven't seen it yet, I know this video is like 4 weeks after the movie came out. So you should have seen it. If you cared about spoilers, you would have by now. But anyway, theories. I think the reason why everyone's wardrobe, aside from Ving Rhames and Simon Pegg, everyone either wears black or really dark colors. And I think it's because the whole movie is just chock full of plot twists. Like, you never know who to trust. Even until like the last 2 minutes of the movie, it changes it up on you. It's just constantly, you're unsure. You have this seed of mistrust, and Jeffrey Kurland works that into the wardrobe, which is really smart. Everyone just wears the same thing, so you can't like guess. The wardrobe makes it unable for you to get any hints about their allegiance, whether they're with the IMF or not. Hey, hello, I hope this is the same angle. Where was I? It's been like an hour. Benji and Luther, they get to wear color in their wardrobe because they're with Ethan. They've been with Ethan for at least together 3 movies. So the audience knows that they can trust them as far as they can trust Ethan, and they can trust Ethan always. So we know that we're never gonna lose their trust. They get a little more freedom. People are jumping this fence. What's happening? Where did you come from? This is the highway. So, I mean, they can have a little fun in their wardrobe. It's not like the 5th movie where they get to wear glow-in-the-dark shirts. But they get suspenders and hats. And, okay, are you ready for my wildest theory? This has, like, one piece of evidence, which I'm about to give you. My camera is slipping. Okay, so Angela Bassett's character, it doesn't have a lot of screen time, so she doesn't get a lot of wardrobe changes, so you don't really know. But she's always wearing this pearl necklace, and it's very out of place. It's very shocking because, as I've said, everyone in this movie either wears black or dark colors. So she's always wearing like a black or dark blue outfit, and then she just gets these white pearls that are really like spotlit on her neck. And you know, you don't put a necklace around one of your characters' neck without it having a purpose. And the pearls are white, right? See where I'm going with this? So I think my theory is now twofold. One, that the White Widow wears white to hint that she turns out to be good in the end because she's working with Angela Bassett's character. And two, that Angela Bassett's character wears those really out-of-place white pearls to somehow connect her to the White Widow, to show that they're working together. So in the last shot, those white clothes and the connection between the two help make it seem more believable, I guess is the word. So it's not like all out of left field. So that's my fashion review of Mission Impossible 6. I wish it had some of the more memorable pieces of the 5th movie, like Rebecca Ferguson's yellow dress or Simon Pegg's bright red jacket and glow-in-the-dark raccoon. Everything's just very tonally similar in this movie. And that's good, it makes for a tight movie. But glow-in-the-dark clothes are fun. Also, completely unrelated, but I've seen the trailer like 15 times now, so it's ingrained into my brain. And at the very end, I'm not sure if I like fell into a coma and didn't realize it, or if I'm just dumb and it was clearly on the screen and I was just thinking about the clothes, which could have been possible. But there's that truck at the end of the trailer where it takes up the whole road and it's honking and coming towards the camera. I was so excited to see that in the movie because I thought it was going to be like this huge action scene, like how is he going to escape a truck barreling towards him head on? But it wasn't in the movie? What What? What? What?